probably wondering where I am. Well, today I finally get to reveal what I've been working on this year. But first, is ASMR better in a $100,000 studio? Do microphones even make a difference in ASMR? In my previous videos where I have made ASMR with this microphone, a lot of you have asked me how in the world I could access and afford a $10,000 microphone. So I can finally spill the truth. I'd like to introduce you to tearworks Studio. This is a studio based in London, where I'm currently sitting, that is specialized in really soft and really quiet piano recordings. Which can be quite ASMR-like. As you probably can notice, the piano is playing itself. So anybody in the world who's interested in having their own piano recordings can get them from tearworks. If you like cozy piano music, playlists for background music while you're studying or cooking or working, check out these playlists here. I can't really point because this guy's really heavy. It's heavier than a child. Full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. However, tearworks has kindly invited me to use the space and the microphones to create. So I'm really excited to show you all, because this is not the only microphone in the studio. Today is just an introduction to the microphones here at tearworks, and I'm going to do a bit of a mic comparison video today, testing out the different microphones I could use here at tearworks and in the quiet studio rather than my loud apartment. I'd love to hear your feedback because I think it's going to make such a huge difference. I'm insanely excited. So yeah, please leave your comments below. I want all of the feedback. What's your favorite microphone today? Yeah, I'm so excited to hear what microphone you like best. And if you have any cool ideas, leave a comment and tell me. Now, let's go to the microphone tests. this is the microphone I started with, and I used it in a lot of my videos early on in my channel. And in fact, my most viewed video is a mouth sounds video on this microphone. What's nice about it is I can get really, really close to it. So the Zoom microphone, I'll take off this to show you. It has these two small built-in capsule microphones with low sensitivity. I'll keep that on to prevent my whispering to sound like wind. This recorder has a narrow, usable loudness range before noise begins to appear and distortion. The low-end detail is also limited because it has strong bass roll-off. I tend to no longer reach for this microphone because I think it isn't sensitive enough and it picks up on such a broad range of sound because it's a field recorder. So it's great for if you're in the middle of a forest and you want to capture all of the rustling of the leaves and faraway noises and closer noises as well. But I'm typically recording ASMR videos indoors in a city, and I don't really want all of that city noise coming in, so I don't really reach for this one anymore. It feels really nostalgic though. The Blue Yeti. This is what we will be testing now. If you're into ASMR, you're probably familiar with this microphone already because a lot of ASMR artists use it because of its binaural capability. You can change the pattern so that it records both left and right, and that effect is very popular amongst the ASMR community. This microphone has a medium-sized condenser capsule in comparison to the small capsuled Zoom that I just showed you. So because the capsule size is larger, it is more sensitive than the zoom as well. One of the downsides of this microphone, which I typically edit out of my videos using noise reduction software in my editing program, it has noticeable self-noise, especially if you increase the gain to pick up more sensitive frequencies as you do in ASMR to get those really quiet whispers. So the self-noise also gets brought up along with those ASMR sounds, which is a little bit of a downside of this mic. Today, however, is we're being recorded right now through a fancy preamp, which makes it sound a lot better than it typically would in my bedroom. So yeah, that is the blue This is the first time I've used this microphone on a stand that is upside down. I like it. Next up, we have the Sennheiser MD441. This is a dynamic microphone as opposed to the last one, which was a condenser microphone. So this has a lower sensitivity than a condenser. I'm getting very close to it so you can hear me. So the microphone pattern behaves like a spotlight. That means it can ignore distracting sounds around the room and capture what it is directly facing. Its lower sensitivity means that quiet noises require a lot more gain, so it's probably more suitable for a loud singer rather than a quiet speaker like myself. This is me going close, super close, and whispering as close as I can. And now I'm going to whisper a bit further away. Further away. Not sure if you could still hear me. I'll start speaking softly. Softly speaking at a bit of a distance. And I'll come back closer, 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 closer. So I stayed within its this time I'm going to walk the opposite direction, away from where this microphone is pointed, and we'll see if you can still hear my whispering or soft speaking from over there. I'm whispering, 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 soft speaking, soft speaking, soft speaking, soft speaking. Now I'm whispering again. I'm whispering again, and I'm coming closer to the microphone. Closer, 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 closer. Further away, further away, further away, further away. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of how this microphone functions and sounds. It's a pretty uncommon choice for ASMR, but it could come in handy in certain instances where you need to record something very direct and specific in a potentially louder environment, I guess. So let me know if you liked how this microphone sounded for in the context of ASMR. You are now listening to a stereo pair of Neumann M149s. Yay! Yay! It is a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you. So these microphones have very large diaphragm, making them extremely, extremely, extremely sensitive. Super sensitive. Super, super sensitive. I'm trying to get as close as I can with this sign standing on my toes. So close. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to capture how sensitive this microphone is. It's in a competition between who's more sensitive between me and these microphones. You see who's winning. Fun fact about these microphones is that they have tubes inside them, adding a warmth to the sound. So I'm going to see if you can still hear me if I go from whispering really, 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 really close. I'm going to keep whispering as I move to the center. Maybe I will walk impressions of the sound. And if you'd like me to make a full-length ASMR video using this setup here. Next up from Neumann is the Ku100 microphone. Yeah, welcome back. This is my friend. Yep. People have accused him of being stolen from the Steve. But this is not Steve. Okay, just have to clear that up. Because this was a bit of slander. I had to clear up the rumors. So, the reason I am always so excited to work with this microphone is I love how spatially realistic it is. It's so thrilling to listen to, in my opinion, because you can get really close to it and further away. And the way it's designed is to actually sound the way we hear sound as humans. So if I go back here, maybe come up behind the ear and whisper right into the ear, I'm gonna go over here and walk around the back of the head, back of the head, back of the head, back of the head. Feel the ear. And as an ASMR artist, it's so cool to have something that can give you the experience of practically being in the room with me. And this is the closest thing we have to that, I think. Because the two microphones in here, not only that, but the shape of the ears simulate how we perceive distance in space. So you can hear somebody coming up behind you and whispering in your ear, right? From one side, or if somebody is whispering really closely in your ear. Super, super close. I wonder if you can hear me if I crouch down. Can you tell I'm like down here? I'm gonna crawl around on the floor. Yeah, down here. Hey. Go to sleep. Just relax. Behind your ears. Behind you. the final microphones of this video, I will introduce you to the AEA 440 ribbon microphones. These are a studio pair, same as how the Neumanns earlier are. However, these are very different from the Neumann pair, as these are ribbon microphones. They have a rich low end and a smooth sound, known for having a really rich and velvety finish to the sound, smoothing things out. I don't have a huge amount of low end in my voice, but if you can tell, these microphones sort of bring out a richness in the lower tones. The way they work is there's a very, very small piece of metal inside of the microphone, and the sound waves vibrate it, and that is how the sound is made in these microphones. So these are very old style of microphones that aren't as commonly made any longer, and they are quite fragile and expensive. But very special and unique as well. These microphones record in a figure 8 pattern, meaning the sound is very directly in the back and the front, but not the sides. So I'm going to sustain a note from this microphone to the other so you can hear how separated they are despite being right next to each other. So what do you think of that for ASMR? I think it can be pretty interesting to play around with. I don't really know how to speak into these because they are the size of my face, so I don't know how to do this gracefully on camera. here, here, and back here, here. Ribbon microphone, ribbon microphone, ribbon, 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 ribbon. Squishy, 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 squish, 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 sk, sk. Good night, good night, good night. Sweet dreams, sweet dreams. These microphones are smooth like butter. Buttery, buttery, buttery. Buttery, buttery, buttery. Buttery, buttery, buttery. Buttery, buttery, buttery smooth. Buttery, buttery, buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Buttery smooth. Butter, 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 butter. Butter, 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 butter. Buttery, buttery, buttery. these microphones will be really excellent to use with props that make a good smooth and low end sort of sound. I'll try to think of something that will match that criteria and sound really nicely on these microphones. That was the microphone test. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I really want your feedback. So please leave me a comment below if you have a favorite microphone. In my last video that I made with this microphone, I noticed a lot of you commented about your headphones not being very fancy, and I just wanted to say that it's not really about how fancy your equipment is to listen to. I'm more so interested in how the ASMR sounds to you, regardless of what you're listening to it on, so that I can make the best sounding ASMR for the most people. I will be back here at tearworks for my next video, so I will read all of your comments and take your feedback into consideration before preparing the next video. So definitely look forward to that. Thank you all so very much for joining me here today for this ASMR, and thank you to tearworks for making this video possible and allowing me to use the space here. And I will see you all again very soon. Good night. Sweet dreams. Might have been a little okay.